Hello everybody! So a few days ago I got back from Sierra Leone. I was there with Comic Relief to see some of the difference that their projects make. Now, if ever you've donated money to charities in the past and have thought, I wonder where that money goes, I wonder if it really makes a difference, I can promise you, hand on heart, this genuinely makes a world of difference to so many people who have no other options. Now this video, I believe, in general has a fairly positive vibe to it, but I wanted to show you how bad it gets so you can see how good it can be. Now with that in mind, I really want you to watch this entire video all the way through. Some bits are quite tough to watch, but you can see the progress that's being made. So here are my 3 days in Freetown, Sierra Leone with Comic Relief. Hi everybody, so I'm in the airport now. I'm here with Marcus. He is sharing this journey with me. First thing we said to each other when we met outside the airport was, how are you feeling? And we both don't, oh, we're going the wrong way. We both don't know how we're feeling. I'm aware that I feel I'm going to have my heart broken, but I also think it's really important to do, so I don't know, I'm not sure how I'm feeling. I'm still in London right now. We have a flight now that goes to Casablanca. We stay there for a few hours and then go on to Sierra Leone. So I guess I'll keep you posted on everything that happens. And yeah. It's been about 12 hours since I spoke to you last. I think I was in London, right? So we went from London to Casablanca, had about 4 hours there, layover while waiting for our next flight. The next flight took us from Casablanca to Freetown, which is in Sierra Leone, where I am now. From the airport, we went in a car to a boat, from a boat to another car, and then from that car to where we are now, where we're staying. So we haven't slept yet for about 12 hours because we've been travelling loads. We now have about 3 hours worth of sleep to catch before we start doing things in the morning. It's a massive culture shock. For one thing, it's boiling, even though it's 6 AM. We got here when it was like 4 AM or something. It's still sweltering, but also just the way things are. It's just nothing I've ever experienced before. Good morning, it's very hot. So our first stop of the day is a place called Street Child, which is an organisation that work along with Comic Relief. Basically take children from the streets or from situations that they aren't good for them, and find their families, take them from the dump site. Some of them are like living permanently on the streets. Some of them have disabilities, some of them have like young children if they're like teenage parents or something. These guys here, who are all behind me, they are just basically working with these kids. It's quite hard for me to put this in context at the moment because this is our first stop, so I haven't seen the dump sites myself. But it's amazing how, these guys, what was it, 620 children you've helped in the last 2 years, was it? 620 in the last 2 years. Yeah, so I think like 37% of 4 to 15-year-olds in Sierra Leone are at risk of being kind of abused or violence or of being taken advantage of, and have no other choice. So helping 620 in a couple of years is a good step. So I think we're now going to go to a school to meet at least one of the children who's been helped by this, because one of the things they do is they help kids get back into education. We're going to see some of the good stuff, I think, before we see how bad it can get first, which I think is probably quite good. Kind of provides some hope and context for this video, so hopefully it will mean something. So after going to Street Child, we've now come straight to the school. I'm actually in a really quiet area at the moment, but there's kids just following us everywhere. It's really amazing. So we're going to meet one of the children who's been helped by Street Child. Now, I said a moment ago that it's something like 37% of 4 to 15-year-olds are child labourers. They're at risk of being abused, being taken advantage of, risk of violence. I think something like 20,000 children of that age have been helped by projects like this across Sierra Leone, and it's so important. So we're now going to meet one of the kids who's been helped by it, and they're so adorable, as you can see behind me. They're tiny. So this school is called Kissy, and we're at the nursery section. We've been called into the headmaster's office. We've been naughty. We're playing hide and seek at the moment. I've got the worst hiding space.
They don't care.
Look, I don't know if you can see them. Hey kids. Oh, here they come. Here they come. You're not hidden at all. Can you see yourselves on screen? Can you see this? Hello. We are now leaving the school and heading on to the dump site. And apparently this is a really short walk. So yeah, I'll film some of the scenery on the way. So behind that wall there is the school, and then we've got this wall here where people are living. I mean, crikey. About a 3-minute walk, and we've ended up at the dump site. And I mean, it stinks, and it's like there's just fires. And there's kids. I just went past a herd. What do you call them? A herd of pigs. And I just lost for words. I can't believe it. And this is the edge of it. Yeah. A lot of people who work here looking for like bottles, scrap metal. Where do you start? As a story, basically it's 5 children. Their mother and father both died, so their grandmother is looking after them and moved to Freetown in hopes of a better life and ended up not finding a better life. So now the grandmother and the 5 kids all live in like one of these structures behind me here, and they just have to dig around in this to get by. I mean, how do you find anything to kind of filter through here to sell? The fumes coming off this as well are rancid and actually toxic. Imagine working here every day. But this is the family, is it? Mm-hmm. So one of these big bags takes 6 months to fill with plastic, and it's worth about the equivalent of $2.50. And these guys work from the morning until the sun gets too hot, then they go find food. And now we're going to visit their house, which is right in front of me actually. This is where the 6 of them live, the grandmother and the 5 children. Blimey.
This is the point where they are living.
This is where they live?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They are living here. These items that you're saying, they are coal, charcoal. So
and all 6 of you sleep down here?
Yeah, they sleep. I met them here sleeping when we came.
Those kids can't even speak the local language. They were just brought here by their grandmother in hopes of a better life. They don't go to school. You've just seen where they live. Oh god, I can't even. Do you know what really kind of brings it home is that I'm thinking about having kids at some point, in the not too distant future, and it's just really awful. They all share the same bed, and there's more room for like the charcoal and I don't know. Oh, gosh. Hi! You are so small! Look, wanna see? You see yourselves? Huh? Wave.
Thank you.
What do you think? Fascinating. It's amazing, isn't it? So the good news is that family now are on the list for Street Child, and they're going to do everything they can to change their situation. But there are still so many more who haven't been found, you know, and that's where your help comes in. We're now going to walk through because this is only the very outskirts of it, and it's so much bigger, this dump. So we're going to walk through. We can find a safe route through. Oh, that's the smell. Just to show you kind of just how vast it is. It's actually got much busier now since we first arrived, and there's so many kids out here now who are, they're living. Look at this family here. There's a child on her back, and they're scraping through a big bunch of burning trash. I'm told that a lot of these fires are natural because just from all of the debris that's here. And the sheer heat just reaches that point where it just smoulders, and it stinks. Whew. People are breathing this in all day, but basically it's methane, because when rubbish rots, it produces gas, it works its way up, and with this heat it just combusts. I'm here for an hour so far probably, and it's awful. Look at this guy just working in it. Behind me, I don't know if can you see this kind of like a hair salon type thing. It's basically like an education system, so some of the girls in there, some of them were teenage mums, others just had no other option. They now have a skill, so rather than earning $2.50 for a bag full of plastic, they can charge $25 to cut someone's hair, so they've got a job now for life, and it's a much better working environment as you can tell. Good morning, it's day 2 and everyone's really happy. I've made it to a football pitch behind me. Marcus is filming also. So we've come to a slum town called, this is called Marbella? Marbella, this one, with YMCA. Now we had a meeting with the YMCA a bunch beforehand. Basically what they do here is look after the place. They build latrines, they can educate young people and women and children and give them skills to help them kind of better themselves. One of the big issues here is that people live in such close proximity. I mean, this is kind of an open area, but as you walk through, it's so tight that when Ebola hit a couple of years back, it spread so quickly because people just like shoulder to shoulder. Hello, hi. You see the little kid jumping. So yeah, it's all about kind of helping people better themselves, making more hygienic, getting water here. I mean, I've literally just got here, but everyone seems really happy and they're playing football. So they're trying to get Marcus to play. I want to play, but I'm so bad, and I feel like I'm going to get like booed off the pitch. Here he is. So as you can see, this is kind of the current situation of, I guess, the mess, the rubbish and toilet, I suppose. This building here is going to be one of the latrines that the YMCA are building, so it should really help to sanitise it all. But look, I mean, there's just wildlife living here and stuff. There's pigs everywhere. Behind me here is a tank. So basically, the water to this place is provided by a dam most of the time, but the dam runs dry sometimes. So the tank is there to provide water when that happens. Now that tank wasn't there until long ago. The YMCA put it there. So when the dam runs dry, otherwise, there's no water to go around. So basically, there are lengths of pipe or hose or whatever connected to it that kind of go around the community here. So there's, I think, 1,800 people living here in a space of 5 acres, and as you can see, it's quite cramped. So water is really important. I thought this originally was like somewhere where people just dump their rubbish, but actually this is their drainage system. At the moment, this is good because there's not a huge amount of rain, but during the rainy season, this can get really high, like where my feet are now. And obviously that is an issue because then it kind of seeps into the rest of the surroundings, and it's so like contaminated and toxic and polluted that that's how kind of viruses and diseases spread really quickly. So another thing that the YMCA want to do is actually make this bridge higher that I'm standing on for one thing, but also kind of have a better structure around this. So there's like walls and there's a system to kind of let it drain away more efficiently into the sea, which is just over there. Just to give you a bit of a perspective of how big this place is, we've come up a hill a bit to show you, and it actually goes around this corner. So that's the football pitch there. We went to the right of it, so it goes right down there as well. Good morning everybody, it's day 3, our final day. Actually we're ending on a sort of positive note. I'm at a school, there's lots of people around me, here they all are. They're fascinated, like whenever we turn up with our cameras they get really fascinated. So I'm here with a young lad here behind me, this guy that's talking to Miranda there. His name is Musa, he has a brother. Now both of their parents died during the Ebola outbreak, and they then had to live with their auntie. Hello. They had to live with their auntie in like really awful conditions at the slum we were at yesterday, Marbella, and they weren't getting everything they needed. They weren't getting enough food. They weren't like healthy. They weren't fit, And then the YMCA came along with the help of Comic Relief, and they've actually rehomed them and brought them to school. They're in separate schools, to be honest, but apparently they're both top of their class and doing really, really well. And it's amazing to see that life has changed so much for them. Hi. I love this for you. There's more people in this school than there was in my secondary school. It's really amazing. Come to another school now. This school happens to be a school that Jinnah went to. Jinnah's from the YMCA. This is your school, right? Yeah. So this is where you were at the YMCA now, but you studied here. Yes. And this is where Mohammed is, who is Musa's brother. I just heard you say your favourite subjects were English language and what was it? Language. Yeah, and there's another one. What was your other subject? Maths. And you want to be a lawyer as well? Yes. We just spoke to your brother on Marcus's video, and he said he wants to be a lawyer as well, so maybe you should go into business together. Start Mohammed and Musa, the lawyer extraordinaire. Our final stop of this trip is this place. This is the Innovation Hub. We actually met the guy who runs it yesterday. We met him for dinner. His name is Morris. Hang on, you can't see me, can you? There you go, better. His name is Morris, and basically he is London-born, but he kind of has dual nationality. He moved back here during the Ebola crisis to help spread awareness. And what he did was set up a text message service that basically texted everyone in the nation to give let people know how best to behave around the virus and kind of stay safe and stay clean and everything. Now it's kind of evolved into a computer space, so he can teach kind of young people how to be computer literate and things. He's not teaching necessarily coding and really intense things, but this is the 8th poorest country in the world, so computers are rare, but they're coming up. And actually for children now, they're going to need to learn how to use computers to go into the workplace in the next few years, so he's teaching them young So there's kind of potential for the future. So I really undersold this place when I was outside. It does much more than I thought it did. So we obviously they're teaching people how to use basic ICT communications, but also behind me here we have a group of people making a documentary about Ebola. It's taking a long time to make, and they're still filming it now, but they showed me like a 4-minute clip, and it is really moving and really powerful, and it's not the sort of stuff we saw in the news when Ebola hit. We have people down here who are using computers, like learning how it works and everything. A guy over here, as you can see, Marcus is now talking to him. He's, just there, is he? Yeah, Marcus is now talking to him there. He's an inventor. He's made a life-size robot. It can't walk because the materials he's used aren't strong enough for it to walk, but it can do everything else. He's going to teach you how to ride a motorbike, a push bike, and also to do like text to speech. He's made an electric car. Like some of the stuff he's doing is incredible. Down here we have like a motorbike initiative. So there are loads and loads of motorbikes on the roads here, but it's dangerous. You know, people drive like maniacs around here and they get knocked off. So what they're doing here is registering people for motorbikes with helmets, and they've got the high vis. This is Morris, by the way. Morris, do you want to explain this? Do you want to explain the motorbike thing?
Yeah, sure. This is a project we're working on to rebrand what we call bike taxis in Sierra Leone. There is a major issue at the moment with these young riders that are riding in the streets of Freetown, having accidents, not wearing helmets, and not having ways to identify themselves.
I mean, I spend a few hours a day on the road here, and it is mayhem. There's no like system. People just kind of drive when they want to, and the motorbikes do weave in and out, and it's really dangerous.
It is really dangerous. So it's important that we continue to look at a way that we can work with these riders, because there's such a big amount of them in the country, and it's so dangerous. To try to find a way to keep them safe, to keep them employed, and to keep them sort of in good relationship with the public.
And this is one of the projects that you have started using the funding for Comic Relief, right?
Yes, so Comic Relief gave us some funding to look at how we can help young people stay in employment. And because of the kind of context they say with these guys, a huge amount of the population of young people are bike riders.
Right.
So it's a big project for us to look at how we can keep them employed and keep them safe.
Okay, everybody, that brings me to the end of this trip. I'm now heading back. Hi. So we're now heading back to the airport. What an incredible 3 days. I mean, there's been lots of ups and downs, but I think overarching it's been really positive to see the change that's being made. I mean, we've seen some real life stories of how people have gone from awful circumstances to much better, and now like looking to the future. The only way it can work is when people donate. I mean, seeing it firsthand, you just have to donate. How can you not? Thank you so much for watching this video. It's been an incredible trip. Thank you to Comic Relief for taking me out here and letting me see this. It's been life changing for me. Be positive, make a change. Thank you. Say bye bye.
Bye bye.